up? What's up to my 0 viewers? Got some Gangastron going. Want to hear what's going on in the game, actually, and my own voice. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one I can't figure out how to pull up the map. It's gotta be I have a general idea of where I might want to go in Fortnite. Man, I am probably I'm just starting to stream. Great gun. That's good. What's with the gray guns, man? Alright, I need to rearrange my weapons here. Do that right here. I do not trust the gray gun. Whenever there's any reason to want to use those, because they will do absolutely nothing. I like the way the guitar looks. I have to admit I don't necessarily need it right now, but still, it looks good. Yeah, looks good on YouTube. wonder if I'll get a copyright strike for this. I hope I don't. Yeah, all blue weapons in my gonna go away. Come on. Go, go, go. Holy shit. That guy fucked me up, man. Holy shit, dude. Fuck, almost had that guy. Let's go. Alright, I gotta get in a little tighter over here. Maybe. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god, they got me. Put this a little bit up here so I can get it out of the way. Oh my lord in heaven. Oof. Put some obstacles for these motherfuckers. Huh? Huh? Let's go. Ah. Little fart. What the fuck was that? What kind of weapons do these vile monsters have? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am the captain now. Oh my god, this is nonsense. Violence and nonsense. Oh shit. Fucking laggy. Get fucking destroyed. Annihilated. I am nothing. This is an all out fucking battle. I love it. Where? Oh, whoa. Oh, I hear that fucking shotgun, bro. Oh, I got him! I got him! Did you see that? You thought you had me, but you didn't, you motherfucker! Oh, you got me. Ah. Woo! Let's go! Holy shit, what was... I would go for another round, man. That was fun. That was so ridiculous. Ah. Dude. Oh, fuck. Dude, honestly, pretty sure, what is going on?
That we have been proposing are about fixing a problem, not promoting a problem. Okay?
But the numbers did quadruple.
And the numbers today, because of what we have done, we have cut the flow of illegal immigration by half. We have cut the flow of fentanyl by half. But we need Congress to be able to act, to actually fix the problem.
I want to get straight to my political sources tonight, including a member of Congress who is here with us. Congressman Rokana, you were listening to that interview and that answer there. Do you think she answered that question in the right way that's sufficient to voters who do have questions on why the Biden administration didn't act sooner?
First of all, she's taking the tough questions and 3 follow-ups. Here's the reality. President Biden came to Congress for a comprehensive immigration reform on day 1 of his presidency. Now, he waited for 3 years because Congress didn't act. You can argue, well, maybe he should have done it sooner, but the problem is he wanted Congress to go first, and he was really hoping to get a bipartisan deal.
And of course, that bipartisan deal was then crafted Trump saying, which is what she often points to. But Kevin, when you look at that and that answer, immigration is one of the #1 concerns voters have. And Trump often does better polling than she does on this issue. So I think it is a question of how she talks about the campaign.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think one of the reasons that Trump wins on this issue is because he has such resolve. He has such a calcified opinion about what exactly he thinks is wrong with the border and how he's going to fix it. Oftentimes, we all agree that he falls short on his specifics on the policy line. But because he's so resolved, that's why he wins. I think one of the problems with the answer that Vice President Harris has with him, and she's had this in many occasions, is that she comes off as very irritated by even seeing the questions, by even having to field the questions. And then, as a result, I think she sort of kind of meanders a little bit and ends up spending more time explaining rather than really focusing on the hard truth or the policies that she hopes to bring to fix the problem. And so I think she lacks an ability to really gain some credibility with voters by approaching it that way.
Is that how you saw it, Sarah, that she was a little defensive on the question?
I do. This is not her winning issue. Her winning issue is women's rights and abortion. So anytime she gets a chance to talk about that, you can see her light up. She has a personal story to tell about it, including what inspired her to go after this issue as a prosecutor. She's obviously winning in terms of the polls with women right now. So that's where she feels most comfortable. I think one of the other issues, though, with that question is that she's constantly sort of being asked to go through Congress. So she mentions, well, this is an issue that we're going to have to work through Congress. But her relationship of getting things done in Congress isn't so robust. It's not something that we hear about a lot. We don't hear people on the Hill talking about how closely they're working with Kamala Harris or how close they even were with her as a senator because she wasn't there for super long. And so that's going to be a challenge for her. Every time she hears the answer to the tax question too at CBS, every time she says, I'm going in through Congress, how?
Well, in fairness, she was played a decisive role in getting the Inflation Reduction Act passed, the American Rescue Plan passed. I mean, she was calling me, she was calling members of Congress to get the agenda through. So I do
Wish
think
they
that
brought the
she
cars
deserves credit
back.
for some
That
of
was
the
so much
relationships.
fun
And
to
on the tax question, I mean, she's calling for
ride
more
around.
specifics than Donald Trump. No one's asking
Oh,
how
they
he's
took
going
that
to
way
get
out
Mexico to
themselves.
pay for his wall. And what she's pointing out is that federal revenue right now is 17% of GDP. It traditionally has been up to 20%. They have a concrete plan how to raise the revenue, getting corporations to pay tax from overseas.
Yeah, and of course, if she does have a Republican House and maybe a Republican Senate, that's going to be an even tougher question for those plans. But she was also asked about what she said before. She said it actually first in a CNN town hall in 2019, but she's been repeating it as she is trying to appeal to the more moderate voters, disaffected conservatives, about her gun ownership. And she was pressed on the specifics of that in this interview. Here's what she had to say about her Glock.
What kind of gun do you own, and when and why did you get it?
I have a Glock. And,
I've got a
I've
Glock.
had it for quite some time. And, I mean, look, Bill, my background is in law enforcement. And so there you go.
Have you ever fired?
Yeah. Of course I have. At a shooting
Wow.
range. Yes, of course I have.
I mean, that is not the Democratic answer you would always expect for a Democrat to be touting that they own a Glock, they've been to the shooting range, and used it. What do you make of her tactic?
Well, I think it comes off as somewhat inauthentic. Look, and I'm having flashbacks right now because I lived in the environment and tried to appeal to a lot of Second Amendment gun owners by saying he was a hunter, and a hunter throughout his life. And to tell you the truth, gun owners, people who really care about the Second Amendment issue, I think on the one side, the gun owner side, they only care that you're not going to take that right away from them. I think on the other side of this, where you have more moderate centrist gun owners who sort of believe in Second Amendment rights, but also they want to see a tremendous amount of focus on safety and also the research that drives the best safety solutions when it comes to policy. But when you talk about it in terms of, I have a box, so therefore I'm I'm just like you, I think it falls flat, and it doesn't really resonate with a lot of voters.
Do you think it's fell flat, Congressman?
I think she's being honest. She's not pretending to hunt. I mean, this is not John Kerry dressed up trying to be someone he wasn't. I mean, that's why he lost in the campaign he ran. This is just her being honest. She's been talking about this since she was a senator in California, since I know her. She has a gun. It's a Glock. She was asked what else is she supposed to say?
Sarah, I also have to ask, we're listening to this interview. It is tradition before an election that 60 Minutes sits down with both candidates. And Trump did sit down with them in 2020, but he walked out of the interview. We actually reported halfway through because he was upset with Leslie Stahl's questioning. They backed out of an interview last week. The Trump campaign disputed that they had backed out, but Scott Pelley actually read the text messages from Trump officials and said this is why they were told Trump was not coming on the show.
The campaign offered shifting explanations. First, it complained that we would fact-check the interview. We fact-checked every story. Later, Trump said he needed an apology for his interview in 2020. Trump claims correspondent Leslie Stahl said in that interview that Hunter Biden's controversial laptop came from Russia. She never said that.
I mean, it's pretty remarkable to see how they handled this.
Yeah, but they had to, because if you're a news organization nowadays, trust in news is at an all-time low. The number one thing you can do to regain trust is to be transparent as you can without breaking any sort of violating any sort of source agreements. You know, if they had said this is off the record, that'd be one thing. They clearly didn't. CBS has the right. Clearly, they valued user trust.
I mean, Kevin, Trump would have gotten a huge audience from this. These interviews garner a lot of viewers, and he's not doing another debate. Do you think this is a missed opportunity for Donald Trump?
I don't. I mean, Donald Trump has 110% name ID right now. He's talking to the voters that he's already wants to talk to, and so I don't think a missed opportunity with 60 Minutes. I think, if anything, he sort of sends a message to his base voters that, again, he's on the attack against the media, and they love that.
Thank you all for being here.
$500 may not sound like a lot to gaming PC, but we're going to show you that even with all these parts, you can get a pretty solid build. And it's featuring some parts you don't normally see people use for $500 PCs, but I think it's going to perform very great, and we'll show you how to build it after word from today's sponsor.
For anyone involved in content creation or frequent video calls, you know just how important it is to have a good recording device. And today's sponsor, OBSBot, is here to help with the Meet 2, an AI-powered 4K webcam. The OBSBot Meet 2 is the perfect combination of AI features and sleek design, making every frame a perfect moment with this empowered 4K imaging technology. With this lightweight and compact design, it's highly portable for high-quality video calls on the go. And the live streaming helps you to maintain that video without sacrificing too much desk space. And if you're worried about it throwing off your setup's aesthetic, it even comes in multiple colors. With Cloud White, Space Gray, and Aurora Green, you can choose the color that suits your style. And beyond just being aesthetically pleasing, the Meet 2 is packed full of amazing features. My favorite is the AI imaging technology. By using real-time detection and AI algorithms, the Meet 2's auto-framing feature will always ensure you're centered and properly framed. This is amazing for those who like to multitask or end up moving a lot in their recordings or video calls. Pair this with the advanced phase detection autofocus with a 4x digital zoom, you get consistently sharp and professional quality video content. This is essential for elevating your video communication to new heights of clarity. With 4K at 30 FPS and 1080p at 60 FPS support, the OBSBot Meet 2 ensures every frame is detailed and vivid, while boasting an f1.8 aperture for improved shooting in those low-light environments. And these features are just the start. It has multicam capabilities, plug-and-play setup, built-in dual omnidirectional microphones, variety of shooting modes, and more. The OBSBot Meet 2 is ready to meet all your needs. If you're interested in learning more about the OBSBot Meet 2 or in buying one today, check out the links in the description down below. Big thanks to OBSBot for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
This is a 6-core 12-thread processor, and this is an amazing price, guys. This is going to be better than your basic i3, and on top of that, it's a pretty solid CPU to the upgrade path, especially if you get yourself a 19450 or B550. This CPU does not have Gen 4 support, but if you get yourself a 6600 and 600X in the future, you can have Gen 4 support. Coming in at $59.
Fuck. Why do I have the shotgun right there?
What does the 2 mean exactly?
What the
I
fuck?
don't know. It just means it's better than the 1. But it's a fairly budget.
If I had
board
that,
has some decent
that
features.
kind of would
You
have
have CPU core pins, you
been
have
just
it's a good board, but one limitation. It does only support.
Oh my god. I got Captain America.
If you want, but
No.
No.
Oh man, what was that right there?
It's actually some decent stuff for $30, and I think you're gonna be pretty happy with it. You could go 32 if you wanted to, but honestly, this is such a balanced build right there.
Oh my god. I just like fell into the lion's den, bro. Just, there's no way I was surviving that nonsense. Ah, God, with the shotgun. Shotgun of doom. Fucking put a new hole in Robocop. Oh, getting destroyed yet again. Fucking 53 to 30. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So we're going to see if there is a performance drop by doing that, but this is a good experiment to see if this configuration makes it more used to actually or you keep the price around the same.
Holy shit, bro. What the fuck was that?
You get something like the 6600 for about the same price for a little while. 700 XT or even more budget. 2060, 2060 Super.
Where are these fucking assholes? Oh shit. Move. I can hear this motherfucker.
See with that 650 watt Intel, no power supply, you know it so much. It's the key power supply of the PC board. See this is what so by the way, it's pretty much cost.
Holy shit. I'm like trying to play at an intense level, but this is just over the top. I've got all the great weapons too. I can't fucking. Uh-oh. Run! Holy shit! Alright. That guy was fucking people up. Maybe I should fuck with the shotgun on him? Fuck, never mind. Fuck that shotgun, bro. Alright, it's over basically. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. These are ripped. What is... $500. If I go back, I'm gonna watch it again.
The perfect combination of AI powered for forcing too much desk space. With Cloud White, Space Gray, and Aurora Green, you can choose the color that suits your style. And beyond just being aesthetically pleasing, the Meet 2 is packed full of amazing features. My favorite is the AI imaging technology. By using real-time detection and AI algorithms, the Meet 2's auto-framing feature will always ensure you're centered and properly framed. This is amazing for those who like to multitask or end up moving a lot in their recordings or video calls. Pair this with the advanced phase detection autofocus with a 4x digital zoom, you get consistently sharp and professional quality video content. This is essential for elevating your video communication to new heights of clarity. With 4K at 30 FPS and 1080p at 60 FPS support, the OBSBot Meet 2 ensures every frame is detailed and vivid, while boasting an f1.8 aperture for improved shooting in those low light environments. And these features are just the start. It has multicam capabilities, plug and play setup, built-in dual omnidirectional microphones, variety of shooting modes, and more. The OBSBot Meet 2 is ready to meet all your needs. If you're interested in learning more about the OBSBot Meet 2 or in buying one today, check out the links in the description down below. Big thanks to OBSBot for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
This is a 6-core 12-thread processor, and this is an amazing price, guys. I mean, this is going to be better than like your basic i3, and on top of that, it's a pretty solid CPU with a good upgrade path, especially if you get yourself like a nicer B450 or B550. This CPU does not have Gen 4 support, but if you get yourself a 5600 or 5600X in the future, you can have Gen 4 support. Coming in at $59, which is a great price, by the way, this is the Asus Prime B450M A2. What does the 2 mean exactly? I don't know. It just means it's better than the 1, but it's a fairly budget board that has some decent features. You have 2 CPU 4 pins, you have 4 RAM slots, which on a B450M was actually a little harder to find. So good board, but one limitation. It does only support Gen 3, so yes, you can upgrade the CPU and GPU in the future if you want, but you might want to do the board too when you do that so you can have Gen 4 support on the NVMe and the PCIe lane. And for RAM, coming in at $30, this is Clev Bolt 16 GB. It is 2x8, and this is just black RAM. You could spend a little more and get RGB if you wanted to, but I think your guys are gonna really like how this build's gonna look. Pretty stealthy with a little bit of RGB, but it's actually some decent stuff for 30 bucks, and I think you're gonna be pretty happy with it. You could go 32 if you wanted to, but honestly, this is such a balanced build as is, which you guys will see in gaming, that I would stick with the 16 gig kit. For $34, we have the Silicon Power 512 gig NVMe SSD, but the NVMe means it's going to be faster than the standard SATA protocols, so it's a pretty quick drive, and on top of that, it's just so cheap, 34 bucks. You can even get this as a secondary, add 3 more of these in the system if you want. We really love these drives.
And for the graphics card that makes this build pretty interesting, this is the Sparkle Orc Edition OC, it's the Orc OC Edition, Intel Arc A580. Very interesting graphics card, but comes in at $169. It's a really good alternative versus something like the RX 6600, which right now new goes in for around 200 bucks, so you save a good amount of money here. But this is going to be an interesting experiment because this is a PCI 4.0 graphics card. We are using the PCI 3.0 CPU, so we're going to see if there is a performance drop by doing that, but this is a good experiment to see if this configuration makes sense, or if you want to swap CPUs, the i3-12100 will definitely get Gen 4 and keep the price around the same. So you can go Intel if you want to, if it works out, or you can go AMD. There's a lot of options at the $500 price point. And as always, if you don't really need to buy new, the used market is always there for you, and you can get something like the 6600 for about the same price or a little bit less, or like a 5700 XT, or even go more budget if you want to. An RTX 2060, 2060 Super. There's a lot of GPUs on the used market, and we've done a lot of videos on those, but today we are primarily focusing on the new market. But just know, with this PC build, you can do a lot of substituting if you want to. COTEP 650 watt 80 plus gold. You know this power supply, you know it so much. It's the key power supply over at PCBros.tech or PC Business, where this
fucking
PC will be
broke
sold, by the
again.
way, for pretty much cost. So be sure to check out PCBros to see how PCs we list today. But this right here, 650 watts, it's 80 plus gold. Plenty of room for upgrades in the future, and will power this build perfectly. And lastly, the case. This is the Thermaltake View 170,
That's really problematic,
the
dude.
fish tank design that a lot of people know and love. It comes in at a very competitive price point of $69. As you see right here, there are 3 fans pre-installed. Everything is toolless, by the way. I love seeing that in a very budget case. We've got tempered glass side panel. We have intake fans right here and an exhaust fan in the back. Now, one downside, and we did notice this when prepping this build, is with the B450 motherboard, there isn't an ARGB header built in on the motherboard. So if you do want to spend a little more money for a B550, you can get that ARGB header and have all these fans hooked up and controlled via software. But for this video, we're going to use a very cheap ARGB hub to plug into this case, because the case does not come with one, to get the RGB up and running. But you don't have to worry about that too much. Get a B550 if you want to, or we'll leave a link down below for an ARGB hub that you can add to this build. So all in all, right at 500 bucks, a little more with tax, you can get a really awesome gaming PC here for $500. We're going to put together and see how it performs and see if it's worth it for you at home to build it today. Everyone asks with a...
Alright guys, we are playing some Halo Infinite. We're maxed up.
Whoa! Uh-oh. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
6 HP.
Ah! Okay, that's fine. Wow. All right.
Dude, that dude's dressed up.
That guy's dressed up. He's ready to go. Hey, Fortnite runs really good. A lot better than I expected in with this Arc GPU, and the Ryzen 5500 works great for it. So run some other games. Run Black Myth Wukong. We're on a 3 mark score. Get an overall value proposition to this PC. After word from today's sponsor.
Of AI feature space and advanced variety of shooting modes.
It's like i3, and on top of that, and this is an amazing price, guys.
If buying one today, check out the links in the description down below.
Red processor, and this is an amazing price, guys. I mean, this is going to be better than like your basic i3, and on top of that, it's a pretty solid CPU with a good upgrade path, especially if you get yourself like a nicer B450 or B550. This CPU does not have Gen 4.
Pretty awesome score. Use an AMD or just take that with a grain of salt, because it was a 5 cent per point average with that price point. So all in all, I think for $500 is a
Alright guys, we just got done benchmarking this gaming PC, and it's crazy to see how far Intel Arc has come, especially with their driver optimizations and all the games that we played. It did absolutely amazing, and I know that there's some really good lists online that show what games may struggle a little bit, but we have yet to really find any.
Yeah, most of the games we play regularly run just fine on Intel Arc right now. The only downsides are it pulls a lot of power, way more power than its competitor, the RX 600, but you can find it for $30 to $40 cheaper, and for a $500 build, I think the performance is really awesome. We decided to run our built-in benchmark for Black Myth Wukong 1080p medium settings using their upscaling tech XEES and frame data enabled. We got an average of 62 FPS, a max of 75, and a low of 47, and then we ran our 3D Mark score and got a pretty awesome score, 9,642, which I will put a caveat out there. Intel GPUs tend to do really well in 3D Mark for whatever reason, so just take that with a grain of salt. For 500 GPU for the same price, use an AMD or NVIDIA GPU and get maybe better performance, or, well, not as many issues as an Intel Arc card gives you, but being that this is all new parts, I really like this build and configuration, so if you're gonna build yourself, link in the description down below. Will be affiliate links, and they will help us out. Let us know what you think of this $500 PC down below, and is there any other prices you want to see here on the channel going into the end of the year?
So now, and always, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
He just went all over the place there. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Speaking
Lost
of
$200 a day, basically, like,
we'll
2
keep you
shifts.
from doing that by buying
Got
a
cut
pre-built gaming
from my
PC so you
job.
don't have to mess yours up.
From both jobs.
And you can
Agree good. Ooh, look at this setup. In a good place. Did I start streaming? I don't know. 36 minutes. Day of the Dead. Movie.
Attention, New York City. I'm bringing my Come Together tour to Madison Square Garden on Saturday, March 29th, 2025. Get your tickets now with the pre-sale code TOMMY before the general on sale this Friday. Limited tickets left for Cleveland on September 26th, Buffalo on September 27th, Toronto on September 28th, and Columbus on October 4th. Tickets and all upcoming tour dates at tomsegura.com/tour.
Welcome to your mom's house.
Welcome back, and we are very excited to welcome back into
oh my God,
the studio a very emotional Christina P. Everybody, she's back.
I'm alive. Thanks, guys. I'm so embarrassed that I'm crying. I did this after the pandemic too, when I returned to stand-up. Sorry.
That's okay. Babe.
I'm so embarrassed. I hate having feelings publicly.
No, you should have feelings.
I know it's been a traumatic fucking time, but I'm back. Yeah, I'm just fucking happy to be alive.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. And I mean, I don't want.
I don't. Fuck that. No.
Artists, storytellers, beatmakers, these are the latest news, deals, and free plugins from the music production world. This is the brand new SSL2 Mark II, the latest version of Solid State Logic's budget audio interface. Don't forget, this is the interface with the 4K button that gives you the sound of classic SSL preamps. Anyway, this update is kind of boring, but good. So why boring? Well, it looks pretty much the same. They really just updated a few things, but they are useful for sure. Let's take a look. First, this interface comes in 2 models, the 2 and the 2 Plus, and they're both Mark 2, if that helps confuse things. The 2 Plus has more outputs. That's the main difference. So the new 2 Plus simply adds 2 high Z instrument inputs in the front and bumps up the ADDA converter to 32-bit. Yep, that's it. I mean, if it ain't broke, but still, I would have liked to have seen some more bells and whistles like auto gain. I don't know, maybe I'm asking for too much. But hey, the cheaper model, the SSL2, got more upgrades, including an extra headphone output, the 2 high Z inputs in the front, and the 32-bit ADDA converter as well. So I'd say the cheaper model is the more significant update. Now here's the interesting thing. Both the new interfaces have 2 inputs in the back as well, in addition to the new front inputs, but this is still a 2-input audio interface. I guess it's just convenient to have the inputs so you're not swapping cables all the time. Anyway, the SSL2 and 2 Plus interfaces are highly regarded, making it on my list of the best budget audio interfaces. I'll be recording with this in the coming weeks and months, and of course, I'll share my results with you. In the meantime, if you're interested in picking up one of these, I'll put links below the video. Question of the week: what audio interface do you currently use, and is it enough? What dream feature do you think you're missing? Comment below. And if you have the perfect interface with nothing to be desired, let us know which one you have below as well. Check it out. This
All right,
is
I gotta try to
Plus
open Reaper
3.
again, but
it's a hardware
it's
device
gotta be-
from, guess who? Loot Pop. Yes, the YouTuber. This is a pedal that you use with your hand on a desktop rather than with your feet. It's meant for synths and features 3 controls. So if you prefer having hands-on control of some synth pedal features, this might be just what you're looking for. The fader can be used for expression instead of an expression pedal. It can also be used for automation. There's also a momentary sustain key and a toggle switch. The toggle switch activates the drone mode. The sustain key adds sustain. The toggle switch activates the drone mode. And while in drone mode, the sustain key will let you swap droned notes with new ones. The Plus 3 is completely passive, no need for external power. Loot Pop made the Plus 3 device in collaboration with Endorphin. It's $79